Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's subject is an interesting one because a lot of folks don't realize that there are benefits like the CPP disability benefit that are available for Canadians. And a lot of times the assumption is that you have to be somebody that is severely disabled, somebody that's been in a car crash or is in a wheelchair and they can no longer gainfully hold a job or any employment whatsoever. And that is true to a certain extent. However, myself, from experience, in 2019, I had to retire because I had an accident in 2016 that severely impacted my ability to work. And I kept working for the 3 years, and I went through a lot of different jobs because I just couldn't do it anymore. And eventually in 2019, I had a discussion with my wife, and we decided that I would no longer work and I would apply for CPP disability. And that opened me up to do a lot of research on the subject. Now, if you look at Service Canada or the Canada.ca website, they say that to be approved for CPP disability, you have to have a severe and prolonged disability that will prevent you from gainful employment. And this has to be something that will not necessarily improve over time. Now, the amount of different ailments and disabilities that can get you approved now compared to, say, 10 or 15 years ago is massive. There's a lot more mental health issues and other issues that would qualify you for CPP disability, and one of them is somebody that might have anxiety or ADHD, other mental ailments that could prevent you from holding down a job. Now, how could CPP disability help somebody that's in their late 50s and getting close to 60, and they've decided that they're going to retire because they can no longer physically or mentally be in the workforce? Well, there's a massive benefit to this. So you're turning 60 and you decide, well, I can't work anymore, but I do need some income, so I'm going to collect CPP. Well, at 60, if you collect it early, you do get penalized a fairly substantial amount, about 36% of your payment. However, if you do have a really severe health problem and you're able to get your doctor to fill out the forms for you, there's a pretty good chance that you could get accepted in the CPP disability program. And what this does is it turns off the clock, per se, on your CPP. So no longer are you collecting CPP at 60, you're actually delaying it. You're going to be collecting CPP disability, which is a totally different benefit when it comes to how your CPP payments will end up being in the future. So CPP disability, you can collect that until age 65. And at 65, it will convert to regular CPP payments. Now, it doesn't have to automatically convert as well. You could say, I don't want to collect my regular CPP until I'm 70, and then your CPP amounts would go up every year, just as if you were still working and you'd retired at 65, but you decided you didn't need your CPP. It would go up every year until you turn 70, and then you'd get the maximum CPP. So how it works is that when you go on CPP disability, they look at what your work record is. And whatever CPP that you would be entitled to at 60, so say it's $800 a year, and then they add the CPP disability benefit on top of that $800, which right now is about $560 a year. So you would get 800 plus 560. And then when you turn 65, whatever your CPP would have paid you at 65 if you hadn't got sick and went on disability, that's what you would get at 65. So if you're somebody that has a lot of problems with arthritis I mean, I can't name all the different disabilities that would qualify you for CPP disability, but if you're really on the edge there where, you just can't work anymore for whatever reason, as long as your doctor can sign off and say that, you have these disabilities, there's a pretty good chance that you could get approved. So it's a great idea to look into this if you're somebody that has severe health problems, because it can pay off for you in the end, and you're not going to get penalized for having a disability when you turn 60 and having to retire early. So I hope this information was helpful. You can go to canada.ca, and there is information about how all of this stuff works. There are also other websites. There's one by a fellow named Doug Ronche, and his website is drpensions.ca. There is a whole bunch of information about this online, but I wanted to bring this up because I think a lot of people just don't understand this when they turn 60 and they start taking their CPP because they just can't work anymore and they decide to retire. But if you are somebody that has a severe health problem, this maybe is a better avenue for you, and it's going to help you not get penalized for having these health problems. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope the information was helpful for you. And please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel on the YouTube algorithms. And leave me some comments. I know a fair bit about all of this information and CPP, etc. And I would be glad to hear any comments or any questions that you may have. So thank you again, and I hope you're all doing well.